Hey guys, welcome to Burlo Guns. Today we have a Remington 783 chambered in 223, and we're gonna sight it in and play with it a little bit and see how its accuracy is, see how it shoots. Alright, the bore to the scope looks pretty close. We're gonna fling some at 100 yards and see if we hit. Well, magazine appears to be holding 6 rounds. I don't know if it's supposed to, but 6 fit in there pretty good. So let's see if they all cycle nicely. Well, looks like we had a misfire, so we will wait a little bit. Yeah, misfire. Well, that would appear like another misfire. It's kind of a light strike. Not crazy light, but it does appear to be a little bit of a light strike. We are shooting Winchester 55 grain FMJs. Box says 32-40 feet per second, 150 round value pack. So it's not very expensive ammo, but I am a little bit disappointed that we have 2 misfires in our first 6 rounds. Again, a bit of a light strike, so not sure if that's a rifle problem or if that's an ammo problem. Well, let's go see, have a look at the target and see what happened. Well, that's not exactly what I had hoped for. That's probably about a 3. Yeah, that's around a 3-inch group at 100 yards. That's definitely not what I'd hoped for, but we are approximately in the right area. I will try to move it over to the right just a little bit. I'm not sure what happened to that last bottom round. The bottom right round was the second last, and the very top round was the very last round I fired. So it could have been the barrel warming up, but this is definitely a pretty big spread. I'll see if I can do anything to tighten that up. But it is a budget rifle with budget ammo. However, I have definitely had significantly better results than this out of a Remington 783. And so I will tinker with it a little bit and see if there's anything I can do to tighten this up. The barrel is a bit close to the stock, but it's not touching, and I have to squeeze it a bit to make it touch. So I kind of doubt that's the issue here. I am struggling a little bit seeing with this package model optics. I don't think there's any brand name on them. I would definitely, the eye relief is very short on this one. I'm not sure what the measurement exactly is, but it's definitely For anything heavy recoiling, this scope is not great. I wouldn't recommend this scope. I would probably recommend putting something aftermarket on. But that's my one complaint, is definitely a very short eye relief. Sometimes tapping it a little bit helps with vibrating it into place if it's sticking at all. So we'll try a few more rounds and see how these go. We'll go with 3 rounds to be exact. So this group is a bit better. We're gonna go have a look. But it's entirely possible that there's some shooter's error, and also that I might have gotten the barrel a bit warm before. And so we're gonna go have a look at this group. It is still a little bit, now it's a little bit to the right. I moved it over a little bit too far. These scopes are pretty sensitive. They tend to move too much or not enough, and then they stick and stuff. So I will let the rifle cool a little bit. We can go look at the target, and maybe I'll do a little bit more adjusting. But we're pretty close to what I wanted to see. Yeah, that's about a 1-minute group, 3 shots. I realize that 5 shots is always a better way to judge a rifle, but with a light barrel like this, 5 shots is a little bit much, and so this is pretty good for 3. I will go back, bump it over left just a little bit again, just to make sure, just to try to get a little more centered, and then we'll fire 3 more rounds and have another look and see if we can get this rifle dialed in. I am trying to dial it in roughly 1.5 inches high at 100 yards. And that kind of gives you, it's on T23, it's probably just under 0 at 200, and then maybe about, I don't know, with this ammo, maybe about 10 inches, 7 to 10 inches low at 300. So it becomes, you don't have to dial right away. You can do a little bit of holdover quite easy out to 300 yards like that. All right, I moved the scope before already a little bit. We'll just go with that. Fire a couple more rounds. With the sun shining on the barrel and with having fired a few rounds already, the barrel's definitely warming up. Not crazy hot, but it's just, to really fine-tune things is probably not a good idea right now. And so I'll get it close, and hopefully it's a little closer than it was before. Basically, this customer wanted me to confirm his 0 and to tune it if need be. I didn't have to go very far, and so I think it was very close to begin with. Well, that would appear to be another misfire. I think we're getting some light strikes is what I'm thinking is happening. Projectiles are almost... The primers are mostly flush. They're maybe in a little bit. It shouldn't be causing this type of problem anyways. Yeah, another light strike. Well, that's pretty much where I wanted it. Let's go have a look and see what that looks like. The group has opened up a little bit again, but it moves pretty much exactly where I wanted it. This scope definitely moves more than advertised. It says 1 click equals 1/4 inch at 100 yards, and it's probably a bit more like 1/2 inch than 1/4 inch. But anyways, if it holds 0, that's really all that matters in the end of the day. We are about 2 inches high at 200. Sorry, at 100, we're about 2 inches high. It's a little bit higher than I'd like to be, but at the same time, if you switch ammo, if you do anything, that can change anyways. And with this, you should have about a 200 yard zero, which is what I like to use for long shots anyways. So if this guy does any sort of long range shooting, then I think he's going to have roughly a 200 yard zero, which is a really good place to be, which gives you that 6, 7, 8 inches low at 300, depending on your ammo, depending on the caliber of the rifle. And sometimes up to 10 if you're shooting slower ammo. But this here at 3240 feet per second, I could look at the numbers here. 6.8 low. If you have a 200 yard zero, you should be 6.8 inches low at 300. And 1.4 high at 100. So we're probably closer to 2 inches high at 100. But I don't think a gopher is going to question that too much. All right, guys, we've got these 3 rounds here. We've got just over an inch there. Those squares are an inch, so it's probably closer to 1.5 inches. That I would count that group, that anyways is right around 2, maybe just under 2 inches high, the point of impact, and it's fairly centered. I think I'm going to call that good. Obviously with custom ammo, better optics, we could definitely do better than this. This rifle is definitely capable of better accuracy than this, and even a better shooter, but that's all right. I think we're pretty close to knowing what this rifle is capable of with ball FMJ ammo. All right, guys, thank you for watching Burlo Guns. If you liked the content and found it helpful, please consider subscribing and hitting the thumbs up button, and we'll see you in the next video.